over, it's time to fire Rocky, our Roman black oven. And that means it's pizza time, beer can chicken time, coal smoked meat time. So we have a lot of fun with this Roman black oven. A whole group of us built this probably 4 or 5 years ago, and its design is based on the clay and masonry ovens that were built throughout the Roman Empire, and that's why it's called a Roman black oven. The black part comes from, we can see some of the charring from the smoke coming out of the oven, and it also denotes the fact that the food is actually cooked in the same chamber where the fire, where the wood is fired and where the heat is generated. However, if we take a close-up shot inside the oven, we'll notice that there's really no black charring or soot or any places that there's cold spots that would where soot would collect. And even though it's called a black oven, we can see that inside it's white gray, clean from the intensity of the fire. So not only were these wood-fired ovens found throughout the Roman Empire, what was interesting is that the dimensions of the oven, in the sense of the ratio between the door height and the interior dome height, it was the same ratio throughout. And that ratio is that the door height, or the opening, is 66%, or 2/3 the height of the interior dome. So when the pizza does go in, we're going to be cooking directly from the heat of the hearth, the general heat that's in the oven, and then the heat radiating off the dome of the oven, and the fire that's continuing to burn over top. We had a few courses up here where guests have actually started the fire using a bow drill.
Okay, so now we're making the dough, the fire's getting ready, and the first step we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we have 1 3/4 cup of water at 50 to 55 degrees Celsius, which it's perfect right now. So I've made 2 doughs already with organic unbleached flour, and now I'm going to make one with spelt flour, because often we have guests who can't have wheat. So I use the same pizza recipe, I just use the organic spelt flour instead. Okay, so I'm adding 4 cups of flour. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of yeast, and because of the time frame we have, we use the quick acting yeast. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of sugar. That's going to help, organic cane sugar, that's going to help activate the yeast. And in the water, I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. That just keeps things nice and flexible, maybe. We're looking for that kind of a firm feeling, like not so much give in the dough, but it's starting to come together. I'm going to definitely need some more. There, that's perfect. Okay, so now I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil in the bowl. I'm just going to take the dough, swish it all around. Okay, now I'm going to take it over to let it rise. You'll see this one's been here a little while, so I'm going to just put that there, and I'm going to cover it up, and we'll come back in a half an hour, and we'll see how it's doing.
30 thumbs up.